All right. Well, welcome to your virtual U Idaho Bound. My name is Blaine Eccles. I'm the Dean of Students and Vice Provost for Student Affairs, and I'm happy to be talking with our parents and family members today about the University of Idaho and why you should consider working with your student about coming towards our institution. That's really an important question. Why Idaho? This is an incredibly pivotal moment in the time of your student's life, but yours as well. And we want to be able to give you a lot of good information to help you make an informed decision moving forward. Students are faced with a lot of information right now. They're hearing from a lot of folks. They're stressed about finishing the academic year. They're stressed about going on to their leaving their friends, potentially leaving their families. And so they have a lot of things going on right now. And when it comes to their time at the university, they are going to be moving out of the nested experience that they've had living with you all and moving into a different space on their own, where they're going to have to learn how to navigate things moving forward on their own. But I want to assure you, we have a lot of wonderful opportunities and support for your student when he or she chooses to come to the institution. First of all, we often like to think of the university as Hogwarts. A lot of our students look at this institution, and when you see the old buildings with the ivy growing on it, many students often reference it. And it's not uncommon when I leave my office in the evenings in the fall, I'll hear an owl hooting in the trees outside as well. Our campus absolutely is stacked full of wonderful, great experiences for your student to learn, and they're inspiring. They're inspired by working with their faculty members both in and out of the classroom setting, because we see the entire campus, even the entire state of Idaho, as our classroom. We have faculty from all over the world that teach here. They're international experts, and they're called upon frequently to provide assistance for your student, and they will help your student tap into their potential to maximize their educational learning experience. One of the most important questions that often comes up for me when your student is here and about why they should come here is the value. What do we do here at the university that makes this such a great experience for the student, and is it worth the investment for my family moving forward? We understand that affordability is one of the key components in a decision making, and I want to assure you we look to make it a very affordable experience. As a matter of fact, when you look at us on the scorecard nationally, we are actually an incredibly wonderful opportunity from an affordability standpoint. On top of that, we also provide over $25 million in scholarships each and every year to help lower the cost for your student and make it a much more accessible experience. And I can give you one example. We have this wonderful program called the Vandal Promise Scholars, where students that are high achieving but come from a financially impacted family that need additional support, we'll give them up to $5,000 each year for 4 years, providing they maintain their GPA so that they can help afford to go to school. That's just one of the many scholarships that we do provide to students going forward. At the end of their tenure here, we want to make sure we're helping them transition into their experience, out into their new careers. And this is one text example that I received from a student that I worked with a year or so ago who texted me out of the blue. This is 3 months before he graduated, by the way, about getting a job. And it was as a result of connecting with career services, doing internships, and getting wonderful support from the institution. We also help students tap into their other passions too. I worked with another individual who joined the Peace Corps. He was incredibly excited about it, and he was inspired by the support and care he had received at the university that he wanted to make sure he was giving back to others that were not as well off as he was or other individuals were. Now, when you look at coming here, sometimes people think about the tininess of Moscow, and I don't think it's really all that tiny, but what the Moscow community looks like. First of all, it's absolutely amazing. This is the quintessential college town. We have a very vibrant downtown social life, great restaurants, wonderful coffee bars, wonderful ways for folks to connect with the community, and it's all within a 5-minute walk from campus. It's really not that far away at all. We have probably the best farmers market I've ever experienced in my life in Moscow, and it goes from May up through October. It happens every Saturday, and it is absolutely a social hub where students engage and have a lot of fun and connect with one another. We also have that wonderful small town feel where we do a lot of parades through town. We do all kinds of social events, and our students really get involved, and it's not uncommon that you'll see several different organizations from campus build their own floats and parades to engage, and the whole town turns out for that experience. These are experiences you don't get just anywhere, and that's one of the reasons why I really encourage students to come here, because they will have a connection not just on campus, but with the larger Moscow community. And talk about the larger Moscow community, this is a breathtaking place to live. It's absolutely stunning in a visual perspective. Situated in the Pacific Northwest, up in the northern half of Idaho, we have a wonderful opportunity to engage in an abundance of experience for your students. And it's not uncommon some of our local wildlife might also walk through campus and through town. I've had this individual right here, this moose. I've had moose walk through my own backyard here in town, and it's actually a lot of fun. Although don't worry, we know not to go out and pet the moose. Moscow's been ranked nationally as small college towns. We, over the last couple of years, been ranked in the top 40 nationally for small college towns. And it's a great way for students to step away, especially when they're coming from larger cities, to a more quiet, slower, focused living experience here, where they are engineered to be engaging with others from a social experience as well as an academic learning experience, and not have the distractions that you might find in larger towns. Our campus is really designed for the student success and the student benefit. We are, one of the other things, aside from affordability, is a conversation I often have with parents and families about how safe are we? We're incredibly safe. You will see, your student will see more police officers on campus here than they likely will in their own home community. It's not because it's not safe, it actually is, but we have a partnership with the Moscow Police Department where we have a substation on our campus where police officers are present. In addition to our police officers, we have a security office on campus where we have patrolling security officers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, walking around. Students can arrange for a safe walk going from their class to their car or from one building to the next if they're ever worried about that. So we really create a vibrant, safe experience for our students. We also have a breathtakingly beautiful campus for your student to engage in here on campus. It's not uncommon that you'll see students sitting outside, lounging in the grass, taking in the fall colors, the spring colors, the summer colors, and even the winter colors, quite frankly, because it's absolutely stunning and beautiful here year-round for our students. We've been ranked, we have 2 arboretums actually here on campus, and one of them is ranked nationally as well. In the top 30 are arboretum on campus. You'll often see students strolling down the manicured paths, engaging in learning experiences, studying on a blanket, walking with friends, or being in a horticultural class where they might be actually out there and learning more about the flora and fauna that's here to the Pacific Northwest. Our campus really, because of our size, is really ideal for creating a fun, vibrant opportunity at the university as well. Every fall we have homecoming. We have homecoming decorating contests, for one example. And this is my office just a couple years ago where we created Gotham City. And many offices on campus create this fun, vibrant opportunity for your student to experience and be a part of. And it's not just the offices that do it too. Our students really get involved, dress up, do all kinds of activities and events that help them create a fun experience. More often than not, I talk to students about what is there to do on a college campus or at the University of Idaho. And that's a really important question because while your mindset and thoughts might be about studying and what they're going to be doing, and I'm sure your students have thought about that as well, students are often thinking about what can I do on campus? What kind of fun am I going to have outside the class? Well, we know students spend the majority of their time on a college campus outside of the classroom experience. And so we provide wonderful opportunities for them. We have over 200 student clubs and organizations on campus. We have intramural sports. We have club sports that your student compete in. We have the best band in the entire state of Idaho, in my opinion. We have the highest climbing wall west of the Rocky Mountains, except for the one at the REI home office in Seattle. And so our students have a lot of fun there. But we also seize the opportunity to help your student engage in learning outside. We engage and go whitewater rafting, hiking, backpacking, take students on skiing trips, all kinds of opportunities for your student to use and utilize the nature and outdoor opportunities that surround them. We provide a lot of abundant, vibrant opportunities on campus. Every fall we have the Glow Rage Paint You Party, where we bring several hundred students together, play a lot of really loud music that I don't really care for, but they seem to love, and then we throw glow-in-the-dark paint on them, and they just jump up and down for about 2 or 3 hours, and they absolutely love it, as you can see from this young woman here, who's just having an absolute blast. We provide a lot of cultural opportunities for your student to engage in learning as well. We have one of the largest powwows in the West that a lot of students attend and show up to, really learning about a different culture and history. We have plays, lectures, presentations, concerts for your students to engage in. So if your student ever calls you at some point and says, I'm bored, I don't know what to do, you know better now. You know that they're not paying attention because we have a cacophony and ton of things that they can do on campus to keep them engaged and keep them learning well. Speaking of living and learning, we have a wonderful opportunity for your student to have a great living experience on campus where they can learn with others. We start off talking about this through our residence hall experience. We have fantastic residential experiences on campus for students, and our residence halls is a wonderful opportunity for your student to meet and engage individuals from across the country and, quite frankly, across the world. We have a fantastic dining facility where students come in, known as the Hub, and they have a great opportunity to get a really balanced meal, providing they don't eat all the cookies themselves, because they can take as many as they want. Talk to them about that, by the way, and create a wonderful dining experience where they socially connect with others. We have academic advising and tutoring support services in our residence halls. We also have an opportunity for your student to live on campus in one of our fraternities and sororities. This is a great opportunity for students to engage with learning opportunities with other students that have a social value network system in place already. It's a wonderful support network, and they have a really strong academic bent as well as a philanthropic and a volunteer aspect to what they do in our fraternities and sororities. At the University of Idaho, we have a first-year live-on requirement where all students out of their first year of high school have to live on campus in either the residence halls or one of our fraternity and sororities. And it's set up this way because studies do show students are more successful academically living on campus their first year than those that live off campus. They feel more socially isolated when they live off campus their first year. So finding that connectivity, that cohort of other students going through a similar experience really is what reinforces that academic experience and the social success that they'll have, as well as the academic success that they'll have at the university. We provide opportunities for students to study abroad. We think that's a really important thing. We don't want them to think about their learning experience just here at the university. We want them to think about their global experience as something that they can engage in and learn in. We have study abroad where students can live for a semester up to an academic year in another foreign country, studying at one of our sister institutions. We also create many opportunities, many MINI opportunities for your students to learn and study abroad through our alternative service breaks. Over the winter break and spring break, we send students out and create opportunities where they can travel internationally. This last winter, we had students go to Togo, Africa, where they worked in an impoverished community, giving back and volunteering. And over the spring break, we send students around the Pacific Northwest for a more affordable experience, giving back and helping others that are in need. These out-of-classroom study abroad learning experiences really reinforces what they're learning in the classroom setting, and we want to make sure your student understands that their experience is more than situated in a classroom setting. It's about engaging in life and how they can give back and provide support to others. Speaking of support, your student is going to have a lot of support on campus. We actually understand that Moscow, Idaho is not geographically located to a lot of large urban centers. We actually provide transportation during the Thanksgiving break, winter break, and spring break for students. We call it a holiday break bus or a break bus option, where students will get transported down to southern Idaho, southeastern Idaho, over to Portland and Seattle if they need a ride. Now, we do it at a very affordable rate, and it's a wonderful opportunity that you don't have to worry about coming to get your student, and they don't have to worry about driving home, which is why we encourage students not to bring their car to campus, because we can help facilitate their transportation needs if that's necessary. We also have a massive amount of offices on campus that are designed specifically and solely for your student success. There are really too many to name, but it's really important for you to understand that when your student leaves your home and comes into the Vandal family, they're going to be wrapped in that Vandal love and support, and we're going to help sustain them and help them be successful. We need them to be part of that and partners to us in regards to what their experience looks like, but ultimately it's going to be helping them to make some informed choices and decisions. I really appreciate this opportunity to visit with you this afternoon. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me if I can answer any questions. Just simply email deanofstudents@uidaho.edu, and I'd be happy to respond and visit with you personally. Thank you so very much. Have a great day. And as always, go Vandals.